amazing things.
Just a lot to process.
Yeah, I just had a moment the other day where I was like, oh, I actually need to organize my life like an adult. I had that moment of being like, okay.
I'm not old enough for this. I need an adult.
Right? It's like, I love being a yes, but then sometimes the fault is like I'm a yes to too many things, right? And then trying to juggle and be like, okay, what? And like, why do I need to be a yes? I just get excited. I just have that energy where I'm like, oh my God, yeah. And then I'm like,
wait a second, let's think about this.
and when am I doing yoga? And like, when am I, right? Like, to be a part of so many things, and it's like, okay, but this is the pattern. No, we just have to.
I was
Course
about to say
correct.
that, yeah.
Course correct. Be excited and do the things, but like, take care of yourself. You're not, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Exciting things?
Yeah, so I'm doing quite a bit. Hi, Maria. Good morning. Good morning.
Hi, how are you? Yeah. How are you? Good, how are you?
Yeah, so quite a few things with Access Yoga Project right now.
Oh, nice. That is exciting.
It's very exciting, and it's it feels really right. Like I was craving a global connection and momentum and the support, and it just really showed up at the right time. So I just feel like that, and then teaching less studio stuff, but like I feel like my energy's going there. So that, and then taking care of myself and fasting. I've been meeting with this Ayurvedic lady, and she got me to start looking at my Instagram, social media time, yeah, it's alarming.
Yes.
And so she got me, she's like, this homework this week was like, okay, look for the next one. She's like, make a list of all the things you can do with an extra hour. And I made a list today, and I was like, oh my God, I could be writing a book or learning guitar or
Doing 100 things.
but it's just so easy to fall into like you just look at it and then you scroll and then 45 minutes go. I'm like, what?
Sometimes I'll like be feeling really like weird and like I should go for a walk, but I don't want to. And there's so much to do and blah blah. And like it takes an hour. Let's go.
Yeah,
What else are you gonna be doing for an hour? Holding longer. Cool. Let's go.
or like contemplation time, right? Like the amount of times I spend in contemplation sometimes, like I've really done my best to try to stop doing that. Just like do it or don't do it, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes yoga's almost been like the inquiry is almost been like a fault for me because I'm already like overthinking, and then you put me in inquiry and then it's like double.
Yeah.
Okay. I just need to do something.
Well, like Christopher right now is deciding that he doesn't want to brush his teeth. So it's like it literally takes 2 minutes to brush your teeth. You have a timer on his toothbrush. It takes 2 minutes to brush your teeth.
Yeah.
But like the amount of time that he tries to like push it off and say he doesn't want to do it, and oh, I just want to do this first. Oh, I just want to do that first. Oh, dude, it's been 10 minutes. I've been done this 5 times by now. So,
We're no different than children.
no,
We're children with adult bodies. I can believe that.
we just like to ignore it a little more.
Like I'm an adult. I'm
Yeah. So then, maybe,
what is it?
like, what's your process?
So there's a few different things. So I've been going to a sutras class every Thursday morning. So it's just online, and we just go in and then we learn about the sutras, and then we implement it for the week or whatever. So this week is pranayama. Then we did like the niyamas and yamas. So that was Thursday mornings, and then I started with Wednesdays at noon. There was a deep breath, opening a deep breath class. So we would just move, and then we would get put into deep pillars, and it was just like a nice detached, you know. And then so I try to do that every Wednesday when I can. Thursday mornings is that, and then we started doing Sanskrit, like the Sanskrit. This guy Sanskrit.
Yeah.
And I really felt like drawn to him and his passion for it. So then he set up this Sanskrit, and I've never been like excited to learn about Sanskrit but his passion for it just like invoked like okay, maybe now is the right time to I might not know everything, you know, but Just to have more of the history and the mystery. I learned like the graduation when you can't get as you come to meet.
Yeah, I'm taking my niece for birthday today.
There's a 5.
Bitters.
No, it's a beauty.
I don't know. It's so pretty, right?
That's the point.
Yeah.
They'll eventually tell you to stop.
Wednesday night I'm doing that. And
That's just down today, but they were in
they pushed out to be a teacher training. Purchase graduated assistant, so then you pay into that. So then they've just been trying to gather things.
Yeah, so she's working at home, so it's like they wanted to take advantage of the fact that she's around.
So it's all really good stuff.
It's a lot, and a lot of like,
Like after her birthday.
like emotional.
And her mom, her family, yeah, her mom's here.
Doing my best to not
Her brother's so invested in Mary, he's got a girlfriend like my dad, so
You don't have any ones.
I did, you know, and that it just learning to create like a so like have empathy with actually and then empath, so have that, but like know when all the little just
Boundaries are huge.
I'm learning at 37. No boundaries.
Yeah, like I'm well 34, but yeah.
For like the first time in my life, I'm like, what are boundaries? I don't know what they are.
Well, like resilience is like a huge thing they talk about. I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing. What do you mean I have to say no to somebody?
What do you mean I don't have to take on their emotional trauma?
Right. Oh my gosh. It was, yeah. But it's good. So good to be able to like recognize that you need some emotional space and just take some steps.
I think it's hard to naturally feel everything you have. I mean,
I'm like, that's really
you're like that. It's hard to detach yourself, especially when
I'm gonna do work
I
on
know
Saturday, but
somebody
then
needs service or help,
Mhm.
but then the key thing for me is realizing like not everyone is ready for that help or that intensity or that, and that can always get away what you're actually trying to accomplish. So really learning the I am you are, and then just space, how much this space.
We're just like,
More beneficial sometimes than.
yeah, like we have to make sure.
Like,
Me too. I like to
fill up the
manipulate the space.
Fill it up, be in it.
Work with it.
Let's work with it. The things that Julian was okay. You're in a housing now.
Yeah, I'm in housing in like 15-minute walk from here. Yeah, it's good. It's settling,
And then like,
which is good.
we love it.
And we've been there for 3 months now.
So it's really hard.
Yeah. So like, the initial shock is kind of worn off, so now I'm like just sort of settling into things, and then random things come up sometimes. So like yesterday, I got a call from the bank, and he's been
And then, you know,
neglecting
so we
the
have like 3 or 4 years.
So like
One's
he's
great
purposely
calls,
tanking
the
my
other
credit.
one. 3 more years.
He's purposely tanking my credit.
What does that mean?
Like he's not making payments on our shared line of credit because
Then
we're both
we're
responsible for that.
Oh,
And so like he can get his credit back because he has a job, and I cannot help him.
I just want to let you know that you're helping my kids.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, everyone. Emily, Nicole, good morning.
I'm gonna put myself on mute because my dogs are gonna bark.
But like it's a lot of just settling routine and then dealing with things that pop up.
Right, you've got kids and you've got.
And then there's something else.
But there's school and daycare on Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday.
So I'm gonna go back.
Okay.
And it's looking like.
Don't knock that.
To me, on even ground.
Where are you, Kristen?
How work out.
5 years extended. So you're gonna have 3 years more.
You're here. I gotta actually sign up.
I have 3 academic semesters left. So I've done a year. So I'm in my second year. And I have to do a practicum. Yeah, especially now, like the mental health stuff is through the roof, right? I'm like, if they finish, I should be fast tracking. Teacher has to get into the underground. I'll do the winter, and then I don't know. I might do if it's still COVID. I might just do some course. really come down to help her, but they've been not, well, my brother's been at my place. Other than Thanksgiving, they came here.
It's just the kids' hands, right?
Yeah.
And my 16-year-old daughter,
And,
is really close to me.
so they decided to be present.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it makes
Say she, cause he's in house, so I saw him like last year, the year before. To try to see that. Well, it's
She's
really
still-
days, yeah, like if we.
Hey.
Oh,
you lost.
And you know,
He's just wanting to go west. The company they was looking to get a job for.
Yeah.
So they might have
Okay.
Can you hear? Oh, you're still connecting. You're still connecting. Can you hear me now, Nicole? You can't hear me? Is your volume up?
Yeah, we can hear you just fine. Thank you.
Yes, Allison, more so for Nicole. Nicole's having difficulty. Okay. There's no chat on here. Oh, here. I can.
So are they have any plans? Are they in serious relationships? The next stage is coming sooner or later.
It's hard. I mean, oh, so she gets excited. Their lives. It's good for them.
Yes.
I'll just be seen and my view will just. Yep.
My daughter dates a guy. His intent is like.
Oh, she left. Okay, well, she's just going to keep trying, I think. Okay.
It worked.
What? Okay, amazing. So happy. Sometimes it's just like, you know, sign back in. I get it. Okay, so then if you don't mind just muting yourself, Nicole.
For sure. Thank you.
You're welcome to class. So exciting. Okay, everyone. Let's do some yoga. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Nice to see you. You too. Nice to see you, Marie.
Nice to see you too.
I feel like a Jax groupie.
What?
I feel like a groupie.
Well, I feel like a groupie with all of you guys. I was driving here today going, I love this class, I love this community, like, I'm just so excited to come. So the feeling is mutual.
Oh, I know, we're so lucky. Like, who gets to like do yoga at 9:30 Friday morning?
Right? We've got so much gratitude, right?
On a sunny day, it's like, oh, pinch me.
Get done.
Okay. Shall we begin? Okay, child's pose. Start in child's pose today. Everyone take a big breath in to start. Let that breath go. Do that again. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then continue that flow of generosity with your breathing in and out through your nose. And do your best to keep your mouth closed so you can create a ujjayi breath through, just through your nostrils. Right now, here on your mat, set an intention. Something to put your drishti on. So we have physical drishti, you can really see. And then drishti, so where our energy goes, our attention. And sometimes when we have an intention, it just creates that anchor for us to come back to. Come up to tabletop, move to downward facing dog. And just drishti on. What is your drishti on this morning? What are you working on the mat physically? We're in the physical asana this morning, physical movement. And it could be that physical, like eyes really present on just your physical drishti. I'm going to focus on my breath for this hour. Big toes touch. Take three-legged dog on the right side. Give yourself a permission for drishti on one spot today. You could open your right knee or right hip, so bend your right knee, stack open. Downward facing dog and switch over to the other side. Like my drishti this morning is on the 5 pillars of Baptiste Yoga. Drishti, Ujjayi, foundation, tapas, and flow. Downward facing, walk to the top of the mat, take ragdoll. Give your neck some space here. Okay, release your spine. Big toes touching. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold. Rise up on your inhale. Connect hands to heart center. Let's take 3 ohms together. Reach up, breathe, and look up. Bow forward, breathe out. Halfway lift. Step or shoot back high to low plank. Upward facing. Pull back downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. Breathe out. Really good. Inhale. Bend your knees, exhale. Step or hop to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, root your heels down. Bow forward. Rise up. Bow forward. Halfway. Step or shoot back high to low plank.
Upward facing. Downward facing dog. So 2 pillars that we've already discussed is drishti, ujjayi, and now foundation. Everyone set up your foundation, hands, yes, Kristen, feet, and core. Pull the pit of your belly in and up. Lift high. Bend and empty. Step, walk, or hop. Halfway lift. Hold. Rise. Bow. Halfway lift. Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing. Downward facing. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lift your heels. Bend your knees. Step, walk, or hop. Halfway. Hold. Chair pose. Drishti. Ujjayi. And then everyone, integrate your shoulders and then create your solid foundation here. Press your feet down. Draw the pit of your belly in and up. Spread your 10 fingers. Bow forward. Halfway. Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Take right side warrior 1. Right, and then take your time here to really implement your tools. So drishti, right, what's your attention on? Ujjayi. Foundation. To create tapas. And flow. Hands to the floor, step back to your vinyasa. And we'll meet on the left side, warrior 1. So I'll just explain. So I signed up for a teacher training and everything's been last minute putting it together. So we've been required to create some content. So this is the content, is the pillars I'm presenting. So don't worry, you're not in the screenshot, but we're just creating it organically for all the new teachers that are learning the 5 pillars of Baptiste. So if you're wondering what I'm up to or what's going on. Okay, hands to the mat, vinyasa and flow. And then upward facing, downward facing dog. Okay, lift high. Bend. Step, walk, or hop. Halfway lift. Fold. Utkatasana, 1 breath. Fold. Halfway. Chaturanga Dandasana. Up dog, breathe in. Down dog, breathe out. Right side, warrior 1. Look up. Hands to the floor, chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing. Left side, warrior 1. Round, rise. Hands to the floor, vinyasa. Up dog. Downward facing dog.
Drishti. Ujjayi. Foundation. Tapas. Flow. I love that. Halfway lift. You just started flowing. Forward fold. Utkatasana. Let's just sit here for a moment. It's like you knew, like flow can mean movement as we're actually moving our feet, but flow can also be flow in the pose. Like as you're still sitting in Utkatasana, you create flow through Ujjayi. Yes, Bernadette. You create flow with just staying with what is. The movement of energy, of thoughts. Sit a little lower. Feel the tapas. Drishti, one spot. 3 more breaths. Integrate your shoulders. Okay, 1 more breath. Bow forward. Yes, halfway lift. Chaturanga. I know that feeling of your legs. I had that last night in class. Upward facing. Downward facing dog to right side warrior 1 pose. I think that's the sensation you want to move into. I'm really feeling your legs work for you in the pose. Knowing that sensation is you being up to something bigger, reach higher. Okay, Chaturanga Dandasana. Do your flow with your breath. Come to the left side, warrior 1. Because we're always avoiding feeling, we miss out on the magic of what we're up to. The magic of what our bodies are capable of. Inhale. Chaturanga Vinyasa. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Breath in. Breathe out. Okay, lift. Bend. Step walker hop. Halfway. Fold. Utkatasana, 1 breath. Bow forward. Halfway. Chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing. Right side, warrior 1. Let's stay together. Both hands to the mat, high to low plank. Up dog. Downward facing. Left side, warrior 1. Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths. At 4. 5. Bend your knees. Exhale. Step walker hop. Halfway. Fold. Utkatasana. Take a moment to see your neighbor. Tell them great work. Great work, person. Okay, forward fold. Great work. Zoom people. Halfway lift. Chaturanga Dandasana. Reminding yourself to have a little fun in the work. Up dog. Pull back, downward facing dog to right side, warrior 1. Pause in your warrior 1. Set up your foundation. Feet press down. Pit of the belly, in and up, or front ribs in. Great, Karan, stretch your fingers, make them a part of the pose. Okay, hands to the floor, high to low plank. Upward facing. Downward facing, left side, warrior one. Last time on this side, an awakening. Feel the tapas, the aliveness. Be with what's occurring. Chaturanga, flow it out. The movement of flow. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Big toes touch, pause here. If you feel yourself slouching into your shoulders, really press the mat away. Yes, great, Bernadette. Float your right leg to the ceiling. Stretch open your right toe. Maria, flip over your dog option, or you could stay in three-legged dog. Use the ground as the axis. Press to lift. Great. High plank pose. Move to side plank on the right. Modify. You could upgrade. But most importantly, check the line from your feet to your fingers. So maybe shift your feet closer to you, Kristen. Does that feel funny in your body? No? A little bit? This is? Yeah, it does. Oh, interesting. Thanks for trying it on. Okay, Chaturanga Dandasana. So coachable. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Okay, big toes touch. Stay in the work, everyone. Take three-legged dog or flip over your dog. Right? See present to your drishti. Ujjayi. Keep putting in the tools. Yes, press to lift right in your heels. Lift hips high towards the ceiling. Okay, high plank, side plank to your left. A little softness in your elbow, left elbow. High to low plank, everyone. Upward facing. Downward facing. So you can stay in the flow of your breath, work your down dog here, or if you're feeling you want to take some movements, like flow as in movement with the physical body, go for 10 leapfrogs. So set it up, foundation, shoulders over wrists, and then you'll go for 1, 2, 3, 4. See if you can keep your feet to touch for 5. Brace for 6. Drishti, 7. What are you up to for 8? 9. Okay, forward fold, top of the mat. Yeah, shake it out. Okay, take your hands underneath your feet, separate your feet, take your Rilla pose. Toes right to your wrists if you can, like bend your knees as much as you need to. Okay, release your feet, crow, drishti, look forward, or your drishti could be your intention, like implementing your intention into this pose. Chaturanga Dandasana.
facing. Downward facing. Yes, take those sighs of relief whenever you need them. Okay, set up crow again. And implementing your physical drishti or your intention drishti. Yes, heavily. Step for shoot back, vinyasa, nice Maria. Upward facing to downward facing. Okay, walk to the top of the mat. Rise up to stand. Eagle pose, right side. Eagle pose on your left side. And sit like you're sitting in chair. And then drop your left hip bone down. So you lift your right hip bone down, left hip bone up. So you're just leveling out your hips. Yeah, so right hip draws down, Maria. Try right hip down. Yeah. Okay, switch sides. And just everyone get curious about your hips. If we're too much weighted in one side, but it'll start with your feet, right? Foundation. So lifting up your toes can be supportive to really get into the 3 points of contact, 4 points of contact of the feet. Switch sides. Like this pose used to be the nemesis pose for me. Like I literally needed this pose when I first started yoga. Now and I've grown a greater appreciation, but I recognize that it's my feet. Feet is where the work will always start. Eagle right side. Is that 3 eagles on the right? Let's just do it. So we'll take this eagle to sleeping eagle. Airplane pose. Keep putting in your drishti. Ujjayi, foundation, Maria, switch sides. Half moon pose. Bow forward. Rise up to stand. Take eagle pose, left side. And so for this round, commit to the breath and take yourself through that balancing series. So sleeping eagle to airplane to half moon. And I'm just putting your breath however you'd like. Really press into the floor, even the center of your right heel.
to stand. Okay, we're gonna try something a little different today. This will be really good for foundation. So hands to heart center. Pick up your right foot and just hold it here. So you're hugging it in. So everything's really hugged in. Then you're gonna step back to crescent lunge. Oh, you need more space than that. Okay, so do that again. Step forward. And then try to do it really slow, incorporating your hands, your feet, your core. Great. Twist over to the left. And then anything here, but keep foundation integrated. Warrior 2. More space. Take up more space, everyone. And then reach forward, extended side angle. What's your intention? Lean in, move in to the sensation. 3 more breaths. Hands to the floor, step back, high plank. Lower to low plank. Upward facing. Downward facing. Okay, step to the top of the mat, rise. Okay, so you're gonna do that same thing and do it twice, right? So you set up the kind of like half dancers, right? You're hugging your left heel into your bum, and this is all work for you. For foundation, core, intention, slow movement. So when you do one, then lean, come back forward. Yep, great, Claire. And then you'll go back again. Really slow, intentional movement. Twist over to your right when you're ready. Warrior 2. Extended side angle. And then draw in, everyone. Pull in, skin to muscle to bone to draw up. Press your feet down, lift up. Okay, both hands to the floor. Step or shoot back, chaturanga. I think we did a little less time on that side, but that's okay. Upward facing to downward facing dog. Feel what you need to feel. We can really get yoga as a concept of brain. The real work becomes when you feel the physical effects. Like maybe you feel the fatigue, you feel the work of your body, you feel the strength of your body. Okay, lift high. Bend and empty, step walker float to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Hold. Utkatasana. That's how I feel about chair pose too. Hands to heart center, twist over to the right. Let this be a rinsing. Right, so if you're feeling that fatigue in your body, where can you implement some strength? Or recognizing that and just knowing you might have to back off a little. Utkatasana. Twist left. And conserving your resources. Okay, Utkatasana. Bow forward. Halfway. Go for the flow, or you could skip the flow. That's always an option. Everyone come to the top of the mat. Come onto your bum. Come onto your back. Let's meet there together. Remind your neighbors, you're doing great work. It's like you need that encouragement sometimes. Yes. Woo. Okay, press to lift. It's like we're not doing this journey alone. Sometimes it can feel like that, like it really can feel like we're alone. I trust you are not alone. It may take some courage to ask for help, but you are not alone. Yes? Carolyn, up you go. Be the leader. Let's go right up into wheel from wherever you are. And the bridge is where you're at. Bridge is where you're at. Do a check-in mentally if there's something running your ship right now. Tuck your chin, lower down. And is there a space for you to implement a tool? Drishti, Ujjayi, foundation. Okay, press to lift, bridge, or full wheel. I was talking to Claire before class, and like I was saying to her, like sometimes I stay in the contemplation so much. It's like all that energy goes to the contemplation as opposed to the action. Front of the pelvis lifts, tailbone descends. Okay, tuck in lower, take a pause. Do a check-in. And then choose bridge, full wheel, or something else. Like I don't have all the answers for you, but I know that there's answers in there that you have, waiting for you to discover. Lower down. So let's pause together. Listen for one moment. We're going to do one more back bend. But really ask yourself right now, what do I need? From a physical place, what do I need? Ask your body. And then up you go. Bridge or full wheel. Maria's like, yeah, in the action. Right, and then whatever you choose from here, allow yourself to stay for 5 breaths. Press, hug in, lift up. Okay, Supta Baddha, let's meet there. You aren't already there. One hand to heart, one hand to belly. How often in your life do you do a check-in? Like, what do I need? and really tuning into that listening of your body. Happy baby pose. I'm going to take a little extra time here today. And I encourage you, like, take movement if you need that right now, and then get really still here. Everyone, pull your knees down a little more. Press your tailbone down a little more. Discomfort shows up here. This is your moment, opportunity to breathe. Just a few more breaths. Relaxing with what is. Release your feet. Right leg extends along the length of the mat. Left leg lifts up. Or you could let your right foot place your sole on the mat if it's too much for your low back. And then you're pulsing up towards your left leg. Right? So if your right foot is resting on the mat or your right foot is lifted, just toes or foot is in action, right? Creating foundation here. (20), 19, 18, stay committed to your breath. 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, you've got this everyone. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, flex your left toes, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch your legs, the effort in now. 20, 19, stretch your toes. 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. Ujjayi for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees to chest. Give yourself a hug. And then catch the backs of your legs, rocking front to back. And then downward facing dog. This triangle series, what do you think, Kirsten? Triangle series or opening? Triangle series? I feel like 2 this morning. Okay, take right side warrior 1. This was so good for the front of the body. Warrior 2. And then moving to Trikonasana. The intention here, just give yourself some grounding, a stretch, a little opening for the front of your body. You rise up. Turn your right toes in, wide leg forward fold. You can find your hands or just let go here. This is a good release pose for your neck. All that tension and stress gets bound up in our shoulders. Physical practice is so amazing. I don't recognize things in my body until I step on my mat. I'm like, whoa. How long have I been holding on to that? You rise up with the pyramid pose on the right side. Hamstring stretch in your right hamstring. Come up halfway. Twist over to the right, twisting triangle. Oh, left hand down, right hand up, just switch sides. So you want to go across the body to rinse out digestion. At least I think that's what it's for. Okay, forward fold, and then do a vinyasa here, halfway lift, chaturanga dandasana. Upward facing to downward facing in your own time. Still staying with breath and movement. Move to the left side, and you'll just go to triangle in your own way. Softening in your joints here. Rise up, bound, wide leg forward fold. Take the bind if you didn't do it on the other side. Release the bind, move to pyramid pose on your left. Let go, neck and shoulders. Okay, halfway lift, twist over to the left. the belly in and up. Okay, bow forward and then halfway lift. Chaturanga Dandasana. And then do whatever you need to do here and meet on your back. No, just kidding. I don't want you to meet on your back. Half pigeon on your right side. Go to half pigeon. Time for hips right now. Let there be flow. Flow happens really when we let imperfection in as well, and letting it flow through, to you, through you, out. Actually, a class I went to last night, the teacher said, thoughts up and out rather than down. I really like that expression. Move over to half pigeon on your left side. Frog pose. And now set it up and then hold yourself accountable for 10 breaths of your own. Make the breath intentional. Breath being a source of cleansing the inside, cleansing what doesn't serve. Hold emotions, so they say that's the thoughts going down. So use the breath as a tool to work, out, release. If there is a level of discomfort, 10 breaths. And when you complete the 10, you'll come to an inversion of your chi. Shoulder stand, waterfall, head stand, handstand. It's really like holding yourself accountable for the 10. Holding yourself accountable. Being in integrity with yourself. And knowing what's best for yourself. Maybe it was 15 breaths. A little less. Just keep being curious, keep investigating. Release your inversion, remove your block. Take a supine twist to your right or left. Switch sides. Everything dissolve here. Whatever's happened has happened. Do your best to just let it dissolve. And take your shavasana when you're ready. And all that needs doing and move into generous breath here. Release it. Do any movement here for yourself. And an option to come over to your right or left side. Rise up to seated. Close, clasp together. Sit up tall so your channel can be clear for your own to come through. Breathe in. Thumbs to the middle of your forehead center. With love, light, and gratitude, we bow together and say, Namaste. Excellent day, everyone. Hi, Zoom people. Bye, Emily. Allison. Thank you for joining. Jazz. I actually was in like the class I went to last night. There was a jazz in that class.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that where are you doing teacher training?
Oh, it's online. So we, as AYP assistants, we integrate ourselves just online. So we have a mentee that's in the training, and then we meet with them weekly. And then we're supposed to present like a content piece, just to show them like our own creative way of integrating, say, the 5 pillars what I did today in class.
So where is that true?
It's through African Yoga Project.
Oh, cool. So Hannah has a spare from the middle of November to the end of December. Do you know of any other like courses or anything going on for like her next level?
What is she looking for?
I don't know. Like I'm just thinking anything. I just want to. The only person I'm trying to find things